Hello, everybody, and good day. This is Fred with Tech Talk, and I'm coming at you today with a very basic video explaining how to install a IP bullet camera in a field location. We have a client that owns a campground that would like a camera on their pool for safety purposes. Obviously, in the summertime, there's lots of kids and people out there drinking and stuff like that. So they want to keep an eye on it to make sure everybody's safe. And this dahua camera is perfect for it. This is a 4 megapixel 30 FPS camera. It's got a 2.8 millimeter lens with the smart H.265 compression. The model number is N42BD32. There is a link in the description to this video to order that camera. But yeah, we got a question or a comment from one of our subscribers that kind of asked, hey, I appreciate your videos on FTP servers and converting RTSP streams to an HTML code to live stream a camera, on a website. You've done videos on NTP time servers and all the phone apps, but I need help in just installing a camera. And it kind of made me step back and be like, geez, I guess you're right. We haven't done that. But it's very simple, These cameras, in the box, they come with the mounting screws. They come with the hex Allen key that you need to adjust it. You just need to, and we'll do it in the video, right in this location where this camera is. But you need to do a field survey and find a place to mount the camera that's going to cover what you want to cover. So in this case, it was on the pool building, right? You get a perfect view of the pool, the fence line, the chairs. Hey, it works. Once you've identified that spot, you need to drill your hole. We use a 1 1/8 round hole saw. We'll show you how to do that in the video. You drill your hole, you put the pigtail and all the wires for the camera in the inside of the hole so they can't be cut. We don't want any exposed wire on the outside. And then you just run a Cat 5e cable or Cat 6 cable from the pigtail of that camera to your PoE switch or NVR. In this case, it's a PoE switch that's connected directly to a modem. And you can pull the camera up using the DMS phone app. There is a link going across the screen right now, the top of your screen, that teaches you how to download that phone app and how to connect devices to it. Again, this video is on the simple process of installing the camera. So I'm going to take you with me live in a campground. We're going to walk through the steps to install this bad boy. Let's get into it. All right, you know what time it is. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Before we do, please click that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If the video is useful to you, like it, and as always, leave comments. We told you earlier, this video is based on a subscriber comment. All right, let's head into the campground. All right, we are ready to install our single dahua bullet camera here at a commercial campground. We're going to install it in the pool area. We will survey that area with you in a little bit. But we are using a dahua 4 megapixel smart bullet. It's got a 2.8 millimeter lens, and as you'll see when we're done, it will give a beautiful picture of the pool. So this is a perfect exterior IR night vision camera for a campground and marina. We also have our Cat 5e cable. We have Cat 5e plugs to terminate the cable with, and our Cat 5 or 6 crimping tool. Also, which will be needed for the installation, is a drill with a number 2 Phillips bit. If you don't have a drill, obviously you could use a number 2 screwdriver as well. I like to use a 1 1/8 quarter diameter hole saw. You can get these at Home Depot or Lowe's. Once the hole is drilled at the camera location, you can slip the pigtail of the camera through that hole, making it look like a professional installation, as it should be. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go outside, we're going to survey the pool area, we're going to find the location of the camera, drill that 1 1/8 inch hole, run the wire through that hole, and run the wire to the location of the PoE switch. All right, so our customer would like a camera to cover this general pool area, mostly the pool, but also some of the seating and the fence line around it. So in order to accomplish this, we need to figure out a point of view for the camera that will show us as much of that area as possible. Okay, behind the pool, there happens to be a recreation hall. You can see the pool there. There's the rec hall. And we figured that peak around the peak area a good spot to give us line of sight to most of the pool. So that's where we're going to install the camera. The first thing we need to do, we showed you when we looked at the parts earlier, we have a 1 1/8" hole saw. We're going to use that to drill a hole there so that the pigtail on the camera can fit through. As you can see, it's a pretty good circumference. We want that to fit completely through the hole so that all the wire is inside and nothing is exposed. The hole is actually drilled right there with your Cat 5e cable going through it. So that is where we will mount the camera. Again, there's a reference to it in the description of this video, but it's very important you use the weatherproofing cap that comes with the camera to make sure, even though this is inside, that it's protected from the elements and damage. Okay, so make sure you use these, and if you don't know how, again, reference that video in the link. Okay, here we have the camera mounted to the building. As you can see, there are no exposed wires. Okay, we want to keep all of our jobs looking professional. There are also 3 Phillips heads, wood screws, about 1 inch long, that fasten this to the wall. There's an adjustment screw on the camera you can use right here that will allow you to move it left, right, up, or down. And you also want to make sure that the cord hole that is in the base of the camera is facing down. Otherwise, if it rains, if this were on top, it could leak through and through the hole on the other side. So that's super important too, but there is your professional installation. All right, so we have drilled the hole. As you can see, there's the ladder, and the hole is on the other side of that welcome sign, which is actually perfect. You can see the cable here. What I will do now is I will use wire ties to run that cable along the wood frame here to the location of our PoE switch, which you can see is right there. So these IP cameras, as you've seen in previous videos, the camera will be on one end of the Cat 5 or 6 cable. At the other end will be a PoE switch such as this that is connected to the internet for remote viewing. That will give the camera data and power to operate. So we'll go ahead and run that wire and connect it to the switch. All right, we are at the PoE switch. We're at the side of the PoE switch. We have surveyed the pool area, mounted our camera. We've ran the Cat 5e cable from the camera location to the location of the PoE switch, and now we are going to plug our terminated Cat 5e cable into a PoE port and hopefully see green lights flashing, indicating the camera is receiving power and data. And there we go. They're flashing. The next step is going to be to hook up my laptop to this camera and to configure it. Okay, so we're going to go through those steps now.